What is a water spider? The key to supporting field crews. I love this concept. This is not talked about very much in construction, and it's starting to expand my mind into concepts that are so cool and so supportive of field production that I will never do it any other way. So if you're interested in this topic, please stay with us on this video. A water spider is a dedicated support role in manufacturing currently that is responsible for delivering materials, tools, and information just in time to value-adding workers. And so the water spider, you'll see these production pods. If you go to Japan or Germany or wherever, there's lots of really cool manufacturing, and you'll see that they're taking through a Kanban system materials to other stations, to other pods, and empty bins back to the originating pod, and they're providing information and Kanban cards, and they're leveling everything out so that the value adding time can be increased, which if there's flow and you're following Nicholas Modig's model with this is lean, value receiving time is increased ideally according to the flow unit, which you have to know what your flow unit is. And in construction, the grow unit is the building, but your flow unit is your train of trades. And I will explain that if you ever want me to. But the bottom line is, this is a support role. So I'm going to be talking about in other videos this concept that usually what happens in construction is a crew is responsible for their own materials, which is fine, but if it's not well thought out, it's going to slow the productivity of the crew, especially if they're on treasure hunts. So your crew on site, somebody has just come and thrown your materials wherever, it's in the mud, it's garbage. You're a new crew, you got to go figure out what's going on. You're on treasure hunts, it's taking forever, you're spending so much wasted time just getting materials. You're literally in the morning going to trying to find things. Oh, the hoist and the forklift are already booked up. It's a nightmare. Versus, let's imagine this. You on the job site, the general contractor has an amazing logistics system. Once you're certified, you can just take materials direct, but until you're onboarded and certified, materials come to a flat and either based, stabilized, or paved yard. It gets set down in gridded areas for your scope of work. You will unpackage it right there. That means the pallets, the shrink wrap, the cardboard, anything that it's inside, you'll unpackage it there. It goes into the dumpster so you don't have to bring it in and out of the building. Then it goes into packages by zone, or multiple zones if that's how you've negotiated it, but just what you need with the materials, the parts, the consumables, which means your screws, your tools, your signage, your information, all kitted right there. It goes with a shop forklift, not a telehandler, to a platform that says it's ready to go. Now your major forklift, your telehandler, will literally come out and take it to the hoist, take it to the crane, take it to any of your staging areas, just what is needed. And instead of workers having to freak out and do a whole bunch of nasty things to try and get their information and their materials to where they're working, they just receive it, and it's like a little bin that they just roll, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is a kit of parts. I got the materials, I've got the screws, I've got the rags and all of the consumable parts there that I need, and everything specific to this area. You go do a good job, you QC it, okay, now we're going to move to the next zone. That bin can move forward with you and stack like bins at the TSA security lines, or it can go right back out to be kitted for a new set of parts. And what happens is, in that queuing area where materials come, get unpackaged, and then get kitted by zone, you're taking out the trash. But if you need shrink wrap, if you need labeling, if you need stickers, if you need straps, whatever you need there, you've got your little supermarket area, and you're just bringing what you need to the site, right? That is excellence in motion. And so why am I mentioning these logistics systems? Because you would have a water spider in control of that staging area, trade partner water spiders that are responsible for feeding the materials to their people, and the crews could then focus and be productive. So they're bringing information and materials to people in an effective, organized, and choreographed way. But how are you going to do that if you don't have the delivery schedule, if you don't have afternoon foreman huddles, if you don't have visual communication systems, if you don't have a queuing area, if you don't have a shop forklift, if you don't have a level ground, if you don't have the plywood platform with the kitting, and if your crews don't actually have full kit delivered to them them on site. We've got to have the right support systems to have water spiders in construction. So water spiders that bring materials and information and support resources and equipment to crews is an amazing concept. And if the GC would carve out a logistics expert that is the GC water spider, and if crews had that, you would have less labor, more supported crews, less waste, less labor hours, and you would be able to install with less friction and more pride with QC as you go without having so much waste being brought in and out of the building. This is phenomenal. If you're like, this is crazy, hey, prove me wrong. Start coordinating deliveries and pre-kitting in your huddles. Have a level space. Start queuing the deliveries and start making sure that your logistics is only bringing in bins or pallets or whatever effective method, just as they need it by zone, and see if it works from there, and then make improvements. And I bet you'll be 1,000,000 times better off than you are today, where we're just throwing things everywhere and there is no rhythm to anything. So let's engage the concept of water spiders. I'm going to put this into a blog post for you and invite you to reach out if you need help. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.